Retirement Living TV, inspiring your freedom years.
Go, Florence.
Earlier in the show, we met the devoted fans of the hit-making family band, the Calsills. Right now it's time to learn all about the delightful and talented group of musicians who some call the first family of pop. Take a look. Everyone remembers the Partridge Family, the talented family that performed with their mother and traveled the country in a colorful bus. What you might not know is that the popular TV Land family was based on real people. Meet the Calsills. Bob and Paul were only two members of the large and famously talented family whose path to the music business started with their father.
Our dad was in the Navy. He traveled overseas. Every time he returned home from 9 months at sea, he would bring gifts to the children. And when Bill was 7 and I was 6, he returned once with these guitars.
Taught Bill maybe a song, 5'2", 5'2", eyes are blue. My mother had just the most beautiful, beautiful voice. My mom was a bird, and that's where we all got it from.
She showed us the wayward wind and any kind of music. We weren't really investigative musicians at that young age. We were just, you could play a C with 2 fingers and a G with 1 finger, and that meant that we could play C's and G's quick with little hands on little guitars.
The Calsills started out as a folk act, covering the hits of the day. But it was the 60s. The times were a-changing, and so was the music.
The bushwhacks was put away, and the hair came down. You know, we started growing our hair, and we were teenage guys. Not unlike all teenage guys who are influenced by the social events that's going on, and this was the Beatles.
And so the Beatles come out, and so all of a sudden now Bob and Bill are going, we're going electric. The heck with these acoustic guitars, we want gear. And so my dad went out to Sears at the time and bought Silvertone amps.
We started doing the frat parties at Brown University. The Toga weekend is memorable in my mind.
The Calsills played frat parties, hootenannies, and even USO gigs. After their talents were noticed by the Today Show, the Calsills' career really took off.
Shelby Singleton signed us to Mercury Records. Now, how that happened, we're investigating our own history. It's so funny. But when you're a kid, and you're not running anything, and you're just like, where are we going next? New York.
Some big changes happened to the Calsills when they got signed.
Somehow, some way, our mother was added to the band. And, I mean, come on, we're teenagers. We're the Rolling Stones. We're the Beatles. They probably didn't talk to their mothers. You know, I never might sing with them.
One thing led to another, and the band kept getting bigger as other family members joined the lineup.
And then Susan came in. And, of course, by the nature of her being so young and cute, the focus of the show, even. And Mom being the focus of the show, and you said, this is crazy. But eventually, you learn to live with crazy, and you acclimate to what's crazy, and it becomes normal.
The new lineup worked. The Calsills started making hits.
You know, Rain the Park and Other Things was our first big hit. It was the first million seller, and it was 1967, and it was the summer of love.
You know, we did no commercials for the ADA. Groups didn't do things like that.
The Calsills already had their share of hits when someone from Carl Reiner's staff at NBC presented them with a song from a popular Broadway musical.
We made this recording of Hair, and that was the beginning of our biggest hit ever. Hair was like the one off the charts.
The Calsills were famous, appearing in teen magazines, on The Ed Sullivan Show, and even getting their own TV specials. The Calsills story attracted more than just fans. It attracted an offer for their own TV show based on their actual lives. We know it by another name.
Partridge Family, I'm certain, was a Shirley Jones vehicle. Shirley Jones was famous at the time. Not necessarily to us. So we don't know Shirley Jones is a class act and a star in her own right. She's just going to be the mother. And our mom's not going to be the mother. That's where it breaks down on our side.
The Calsills disbanded in the early 1970s, but now the remaining members have come together once again to tour the country in a bus and just play music.
The current touring is just incredible. We have a fan base that may not be in the hundreds of thousands, but man, these people can get some stuff going. my most treasured thing in my whole life, besides my kids and my wife and all the normal stuff, is being able, at 56, to sing still with my brothers and sisters. That's all I really want to do.
That was great. Please welcome Bob, Susan, and Paul Cowsill. Audience throughout
They're
the
awesome,
show.
and they only cost $50 a piece.
Well, they're not going to get it from us.
No.
Oh, still on stage, yes. Well, Bob, the Cowsills appeared on so many TV shows at the height of your fame. Did you ever work with Carl Reiner?
Carl Reiner is actually, and Carl probably doesn't really know this, that he's part of our biggest hit was Hair.
Right.
And it sold just gazillions, and like 50,000 a day. We're famous and happy in Santa Monica, and we got this call from this NBC saying, we want you on a TV special with Carl Reiner and Michelle Lee, all about 60s fashions. And they say, we're going to send you a song, take it into the studio, just make a quick tape of it so you can lip sync it on the show. And they send us the Broadway musical from Hair, and we're going, wow, this is great. We go into the studio all on our own, and see, that's pressure-free recording, because we're just going to do a demo to lip sync to. But the recording became so fun, and we kept pursuing a great version of this song. The final version was just like, this is fantastic. We go on the road. We're headed towards San Francisco to tape the special with Carl and Michelle, and we send MGM Hair, and they send it back to us going, this is terrible. This isn't the Cowsills. This is horrible, because it's all, you know, it's the 69 is a real heady time back then.
Yeah.
And we hit San Francisco. They pull out these wigs that we're going to do on this TV special, and Carl Reiner is introducing us. He's naked from the waist up, and he's like a gorilla, but he starts yanking the gorilla hair off his chest or something. He was hilarious doing this to introduce us, and then we ended up, because of that demo, which turned into a master recording, having our biggest hit. Thank you, Carl.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
It was awesome.
He was pulling his hair off, and he was going, now, Hair by the Cowsills. And he threw it up in the air.
No, that's probably not one of his more memorable moments, and if you had him on a third segment, he would probably put it in there, but it happened. It was big for us.
Oh, I think it's a great story. But Paul, let me ask you, do you think being a family made it easier for you to stay together as a group? Or
Oh, gosh, I would have to say absolutely yes. I mean, we were our best friends, you know. I mean, we're touring, Mom and Dad are there, and, you know, it's like, wow, this is a drag, you know, on some levels.
Right.
And so we had each other. We were our own team, you know, and over the years, it's just proven, I mean, we just love each other so much.
best friend.
it's obvious, and you know that your sound, you cannot get the sound that you guys have. I was listening to your rehearsal. It's like one voice. And you can't get that unless you really
Our family, and that's sibling genetics. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Sibling genetics. Well, I'm getting old, and you know I have trouble with some words. But anyway, so yeah, it's all about the sibling harmonies and just how our voices connect. It's a joy.
Well, now you're back on tour, right? You're doing
Unbelievable.
the original Idols tour.
That's one of the things we do.
Yep.
See, what happened, we didn't do this for decades. And not because we didn't want to, but individually we all were geographically kind of apart.
Right.
And, occasionally in the 70s we pulled together, made a record. In the 90s we did it. But individually we always worked. And we turned down all these tours, not because we were against them,
But because of the kids,
we were raising kids,
Exactly.
and raising ourselves, and still trying to like grow up ourselves. I mean, especially Susan. I mean, she was 7 years old in this business. She had a long haul.
I had a lot of growing up to do.
And then, a year and a half ago, when Katrina hit, we lost our brother in Katrina, our brother Barry. And then at the same time we lost Barry, we lost our brother Bill. And when you lose two of your brothers sort of at the same time, well, at any time in a family that happens, the rest of the family starts, you know, getting closer.
Right.
So this guy Wayne Coy calls and says, look, I know the answer is no, all right, but, you know, would you consider? And we just said, look, you guys had a good time. We would consider.
Well, I must say, you have such loyal fans.
Yes, we do.
Which we know, and the fact that they've traveled, some of them thousands of miles to come and be with you, that must be so rewarding for you after all these years. They've been with you, some of them, since the beginning.
Yes.
Oh, they're great. It's like, what was unique for us was our fans were our age. So she had 7-year-old fans, and I had 15, 16-year-old fans. So our fans from
Have grown
the old
with you.
days have grown with us,
Yeah.
and we were peers at the time, and which makes us kind of unique from other bands at the time when they were older type people.
We have to take a short break, but
Okay.
please do not go anywhere. The Calsters are going to perform later in the show. You're going to love it. Stay with us. For more information about today's show, go to rl.tv.